Well, we're gonna test this now. Okay, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening to you all. I'm just gonna test the system. Bear with me. Just checking one or two things. Not feeling great, but I wanted to just test this out first. Not feeling too great today. Let me test the system out, make sure it's functioning, and also I don't because the last few times the volume hasn't been there, so I want to make sure you can hear me. So let us test that out to see. Now, I'm not gonna do the live broadcast singing today. I'm not gonna do the live singing today because I've got a really bad cold. I may have to end this quite, you know, suddenly. Not suddenly, in about half an hour or so. But before I go ahead, I want to test it to make sure it's working fine because it's not. Let's have a look. Just give me a minute, please. I'm just trying to get everything working. Make sure that it's okay. Let me see. If it's working, then I'll go ahead. I know YouTube have actually stopped what I'm doing for some reason, but I mean, they've interfered with it somewhat. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to change the picture in a minute. I'm going to change the picture. Beg your pardon. Just realized as I'm doing this, I haven't got it right yet. Just bear with me. Bear with me a minute, please. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. Just give me a minute, please. Okay. Okay. Give me one sec. Okay. So here we need to have, yeah. Okay. Change into ECOWAS. So just give me a minute. I'm going to be telling you about ECOWAS in a minute. It's a pleasure having you here. Just want to make sure I get everything in the right place. We're going to talk about ECOWAS tonight, and it is very important to understand that ECOWAS is really, yeah, there we go. That's it. So we've got the information. Please do share, share, share. You're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. The reason why I'm changing it is because if we don't change it, you will not understand exactly what the topic is about, and that is very important. The topic is very important. I've got a bit of a bad cold, so the past week or so, I've not really done much. So I'm just trying to build back in slowly. So just bear with me. Bear with me. I'm gonna try and actually get that functioning. So today we're gonna talk about ECOWAS. We're gonna talk about why it is. What is the top, sir? Topic, yeah. ECOWAS. The topic is about ECOWAS. So I'm gonna put it here. That's what I just wanted to exactly. So let me just paste that here. ECOWAS, we're talking about the ECOWAS currency. So let me put it here. Topic here. So ECOWAS, the ECO is yet another way to loot African resources. Now we know that the ECOWAS people have spoken. They had a meeting, and there was some discussion by those in government. I think I have some of the paperwork. I'll read that to you in brief. We will go and read that again because I have something on that. But I don't want us to focus so much on ECOWAS itself. We need to understand that those who are running ECOWAS, they are puppets. Yeah. Vidal, I don't know about that. Santiago, I'm not sure. No, no, we're talking about the ECOWAS, and with the currency called ECO. So let me just see how that works. Basically, if you look at the picture, ECOWAS is really not doing anything for Africans. It's not doing anything for African people. ECOWAS is a puppet body, and that's the point that we are making here. I'm going to try and see if I can speak about it. Please do share, and help us grow the platform. I'm going to try and share it as well. ECOWAS is a puppet body, and they are not really working for Africans. They're a body that is controlled by the French, and indeed the whole of the European Union is controlling ECOWAS. And ECOWAS is not working for our benefit. I'll come and talk about it in a little bit more detail. But before I go too far ahead, let me share the broadcast. As you all know, we do that on this platform, and we will go live on TikTok as well. So let me just do that quickly before we go too far ahead. Just bear with me. I wanted to check that you could hear me, and that's why I started here first. Because the last few times, I want to apologize for the volume not being not have been functioning, but you can but now you can hear me, and so thank you very much for those of you joining us and sharing. So we are going to be talking about that in great detail, and we have to stop. We have to put a stop to this. Africans, we need to rise ourselves. I need you to know as an African that you're a sovereign, you have authority, and you have power. And all of these are in your languages. We need you to be speaking your local languages. Very, very important. And that is why we are emphasizing this point, for us to know that we can no longer accept the injustice that has been placed on us by many others, and we have to reject it categorically as Africans. So I will be going live as much as I can and share all of this as much as I can. Now, there has been a bit of a sad news on the in Africa. I mean, in our groupings. A lady called Janet Fashaki, she passed away. A dear friend of ours. She's been in the struggle with us for Yoruba Nation, which is something we've been doing even before we came to the struggle for the entire Africa. She passed away a few days ago, and she was only 66 years old. We sent condolences to the family, and we wish them the strength to endure. And her name will go down in the list in the history of those who are fighting for an independent Yoruba nation. I'm still for Yoruba nation 100%, but there are strategies in which you get there. We're not gonna push too far. We're just gonna be steady. What we want to do now, we recognize that the issues that we face in Nigeria is the same issue faced across the whole of Africa. So we really need to look at freeing the whole of Africa, and that is why we support Ibrahim Traore. Let me just do this again quickly. Just bear with me, please. Before we go too far, I want to make sure that I have it. I've got this set up on TikTok as well. Then we can begin proper. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm just gonna bear with me whilst I mute it this end, so that it will not be clashing. Because you can hear some noise in the background, but I wanted to use that's my check to see that everything is working. So bear with me. So I'm gonna make this small. Then we're shortly gonna go live, and when we do, we are gonna join the discussion. So we're about to go. Hang on, before I do that, I want to make sure I've got a particular video ready, so that we're not going to do anything else. It's a video of my song. And also, if you haven't downloaded How Long Una Gonna Suffer, please go and do so. We do need you to go ahead and do so. Download it. It's on iTunes, it's on Spotify. It's a song I wrote. It talks about how we can stand up for our rights. And it's very important. Download it on iTunes, on Spotify, and you can go to my website, www.citizenry.org, and you see it on there. So just want to make sure I do a few house cleaning, then we can really begin. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Oops, sorry, beg your pardon. Okay, I think I've gone the other way too far. Okay, good. I think we got it now. So, ECOWAS is not really working for us. And I'll give you reasons why. ECOWAS is not for us, and ECU is not for us. ECU is a distraction. The ECU currency is a distraction, and I'll tell you why shortly. Now, let us go into the main discussion proper. So I'm going to do this into change interview, change. Then we'll begin. I'm going to try my level best to discuss this. And if you want to see a better experience, you can also join me on TikTok shortly. beg your pardon, you will see me on TikTok also. You can join me there as well. I'm gonna make sure I've got the video in the right way. So now I think we got it. Go live. Let's see what happens. So we're gonna try and do this as much as we can. So let me make this small. Okay, so I hope this is working. Beg your pardon, something is up. I don't know what it is. Okay, let me take that down straight away. Okay, yeah, we're there. Good evening and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let us start. Before we go too far ahead, I have been away for a few days. Please tap, and share. Those of you on TikTok, on YouTube, subscribe to us, help us grow the platform. Today, we're going to talk about the ECU currency and ECOWAS. Are they fit for purpose? Why should we support ECO? ECOWAS is not working for Africans, so why should we support the currency where the ECO and the ECOWAS is not working for the people of ECOWAS? So we're going to talk about that. But before we go too far ahead, so that's the topic there. Those of you, to give you the opportunity to read it. ECO is yet another attempt by EU to loot African wealth. And by extension, you've seen that I've got GoFundMe going, talking about the wealth, the health of Africans, and those who are enslaved. ECOWAS is saying nothing about that. We will discuss that. Let me just quickly do something whilst you all know what we do when we come in here. We just want to make sure that you have the information. Now, please tap, and share. Thank you very much. I don't know about Santiago, best player for Kieran Lee, or I'm not quite sure who that is, but we're not going to go into that. So please do share, tap, and share. You're, of course, listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Now, we're going to go in. My voice is still not right, so I'm not going to sing tonight. I've got a really bad cold, but here we go. So, how long going to go so far? Please download and share. Yes, sir. My people, let's have a listen. How long? Gonna go this suffer? How long? Gonna go this suffer? How long? Gonna go this suffer? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? Black people, we don't tire. Inside Nigeria, now slave camp we dey oh. My people, we don't tire for the country where they call Nigeria. Now slave camp oh. The time done now where we suppose stand up for our rights oh. Stand up for our rights oh. The time done now where we suppose stand up oh, for our rights oh. For self-determination. How long? How long gonna go this suffer? 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 Abdul Salam na fake man. Now he put that yeah constitution for your head, you. Abdul Salam na fake man. Now military man come tell una say una get constitution. No be lie. Now lie you, na fake, na fraud. That yeah constitution. Now in that they take close to na high you. Make una wake up, make una wake up. Oh. How long? How long? I just they wonder. How long? How long? I just they wonder. How long? How long? I just they wonder. How My people, I want make una know say oh, self-determination, oh, now you're right, oh, confirm. My people, I want make una know say oh, self-determination, now you're right, oh, confirm. You must fight for your right. You must stand for your right. You must get up, stand up. You must tell your people, for your village, for your town, for your city, any inside country where you do. Atiku, Emiloko, or Peter Obi no be the solution. Not the solution, now be the solution. Make una wake up, make una wake up, time down knock, bagam, Yoruba man, you be Biafra. I won't make una know say, self-determination, now you're right, you. How long una go this up? How long? How long una go this up? How long? How long una go this up? How long una go this up? Yoruba land na your land, yo. Middle belt na your land, yo. Hausa land na your land, yo. Biafra land na your land, yo. No be Nigeria, no be Nigeria, no be Nigeria, no be Nigeria. La, 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 oh. Thank you all very much. Thank you, and welcome to Citizen LY, the platform where we speak to the power. Tonight, we're going to try and go into the ECOWAS currency. There's been a lot of discussion about it. There's been a lot of people who are supporting the ECOWAS currency, but I want to put some really important questions to everybody about it. If you are going to support ECOWAS currency, then you need to know one or two facts about ECOWAS. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, you need to know one or two facts about ECOWAS, and many of us are not aware of those facts. Good evening and welcome. Please, we would love you to subscribe to us. You can also donate to our PayPal that you see on the subscribe and donate to us. Let me see if I can pin it. It won't let me do it. Okay, but anyway, if you can, we'd love you to subscribe, donate, and help us reach more people. Tonight, we are going to focus specifically on ECOWAS. Before we do that, we're going to talk about, I might talk about an issue about the Western Cape. But before we do, I want to show you something. Those of you who are watching online, let's quickly go and look at the, we have a GoFundMe. Because ECOWAS is not functioning, we have a GoFundMe that we would like you to really help us in sharing on your platforms and gift. Because of the direct failure of ECOWAS, ECOWAS is not protecting African lives. There are, in Iraq alone, in a jail in Iraq, there are about 32 women, all sub-Saharan, from sub-Saharan Africa, and they are in jail in Iraq. Now in Iraq only allows, Iraq keeps telling people, oh, there's job for you. And please, as an African, since ECOWAS has failed and African Union has failed, as an African, please, I am telling you, please stop going to Arab countries. Please, 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 I am begging you, stop going to Arab countries. Arab countries are there to enslave you. They promise you jobs. This is what has been promised to thousands of women who go from Nigeria, trying to seek opportunity because of the failure of governance by puppet governments. Let us call them what they are. I'm not going to abuse anybody, but they are puppet governments. The Western, in many of the countries in Africa, they are led by puppets who are controlled by the Western Western colonial powers. And we need to call them out. They are not supporting the people. Such an example is, of course, African Union is not working for Africans. ECOWAS is not working for Africans. Let me say that again. African Union is not working for Africans. ECOWAS is not working for Africans. It is enslaving Africans. Please do let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. You know, can you see me? Okay, yeah, I think you can see me. So it is very important what we're saying here, that we need support. The GoFundMe here is being set up, and you see it. Those of you who are on YouTube, you won't see it, but I'll put the link afterwards. It's called, if you go to GoFundMe, it's called Rescue Africans from Enslavement in Arab Countries. Now, we've got some donations there. We need some more. Now, on average, there are 32 women who are in jail in Iraq right now, and they are being held by the police, and they've been maltreated by the police in jail. Some of the women they've been sprayed on, they've been beaten. I've got pictures which I cannot show you yet. It's only until after the ladies have left that I will show those pictures, because I don't want to put them in trouble. I've got contact numbers, I've got phone numbers, I've got things, but I have to be careful what I say. I don't want to bring them into any harm. So, and I'm having direct contact. There are 32 women that I know of that have been put in detention. Firstly, they were enslaved. They were given a false promise that there's a job for them in Iraq. And then what happens is when they got to Iraq, they were made into slaves. Now, some of them have been paid a little bit, but every few months they are moved along. And every time they move, you know what the first thing they do in Arab countries is, when you get there as a slave, your passport is taken. In all Arab countries, please quote me. Please fact check what I just said now. All of you Africans who are going to Arab countries, when you go and say you're going to work for anybody in Arab countries, as soon as you get into Arab countries, the first thing they do is take away your passport, which limits your freedom to move around, the freedom to be able to actually defend yourself. Because if you don't have your passport, anything can happen to you. You are at the mercy of the government and the people in Arab countries. This is a message that we should share with all of you. And it is important we know this. So please, we are asking you to help donate to the Rescue Africans from Enslavement in African Countries. Because, for example, those 32 women in Iraq right now, the police have told them, we are not going to release you. Thank you very much, Stace. We are not going to release you until you provide $1,000 on average. The trip back from Iraq back into Africa, they are charging them $1,000. So they have to buy the ticket, which is about $600 to $700. Plus, they have to pay fees. They have to pay fees. Fees totaling around about another $300. How can you charge people that have been enslaved, that have had their passports removed? And this is why I'm saying that AU, African Union, is not fit for purpose. ECOWAS is not fit for purpose. Yes, it is crazy. It is, Stacy, it is absolutely crazy. Let me bring you on board. This is crazy. As you're watching, please, we will welcome your donations and gifts as you're watching, and please do join us. I'll throw some invites out. I'm waiting for those regulars to join us, but please, this is absolutely important for us to begin to share this message. So they are asking, on average, every single, the 32 women, they will need minimum of $1,000 each, £600 to £700 for their ticket that will have to be bought. So we want to arrange that. We will need to have a contact in each of those countries that will get the tickets from them. We will send the funds to those people. The ticket will be bought. And when it is bought, now they will now show a picture to the police. Only then will the police allow them to leave. And then before they leave, they have to pay $300. So on average, 32 women will have to provide minimum collectively, just 32 women, over $32,000 before they are free. But you are not hearing African Union talk about this. You are not hearing ECOWAS talk about this. So this is why I keep saying to us that ECOWAS is not fit for purpose. ECOWAS is not fit for purpose. You know? Oh, I understand. Oh, I see. Oh, so they don't like me talking. Okay, thanks for trying. If you can share it back end, Grandmama, I'll bring you on board as well. I understand. I know what they're doing, but we are not going to be silent. So I am putting this on there. The reason why we're asking, we just have about 200 pounds. We need something like 32,000 pounds to get our women out of Iraq, to get those 32 women alone. Now, in Iraq, we know that there are between 1,000 to 5,000 African women in Iraq alone that are being beaten, that are being raped, that are being maltreated, and they are not able to say anything. And there is the nearest embassy, there are no embassies for Africans in Iraq. The nearest one is in Riyadh. Yes, these are what you have to understand. Please, we are telling our men and women who are Africans, if you are anybody telling you to go to Arab countries, please say no to them, because you are not safe. You are not protected. They take away your passport. They treat you, you become a slave, literally, in all Arab countries. I've got videos in Libya. I've got videos in Iraq. I've got videos in Saudi Arabia that is confirming what I'm telling you. In Saudi Arabia and in other Arab countries, they even take away your kidneys. I kid you not. These are the realities of what we face. Let me hear from my sister, Gwen Mama. Welcome on board. Let's hear from you. Go ahead.
Okay, hello.
Greetings. Yeah, go ahead. I hear you. Can you hear me? Gwen Mama, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What would you like to say? Welcome on board.
Okay. Yeah. I share.
Thank you. I share. Yes, I share. Thank you very much. Thank you. I share. So listen, the story is this: we need at least 32,000 pounds to help our women. Grandmama, you've had the story. I think she's got network issues, but it's fine. If you can speak, we would like to hear from you. If not, we will bring you back as we go along. But the plan tonight is to begin to raise funds. We are not prepared to wait. African Union.
Yeah, go ahead. How can I donate?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's hear from you. Go ahead. Mama, go ahead.
I was asking, and what is the number?
Okay, the number. You mean the number?
So some of us can transfer.
Okay. I mean, it's a GoFundMe. What I'll do, I'll send it to you. Can you send anything on GoFundMe? It's a GoFundMe. Or you can send it via my what do you call it? PayPal. Whatever you want to give by PayPal, you can give by PayPal. I'll send you the link for the PayPal. It's on my page right now. Let me have a look. So let me see. Let me just see if I can give you that. I'll get the PayPal online on the screen right now so that you can all see it. Give me 1 sec. I've got the PayPal somewhere, and you can use that because that's actually a good thing to do right now. So let me see if I can find it for you. So if you cannot donate directly into the GoFundMe because you don't use PayPal or you don't have dollars or pounds, you can actually do PayPal. Let me just show you. And then you put your name and mention the Rescue Africans from Enslavement, because we need to raise 32,000 pounds. So let me just do this quickly. I'll get that to you. I'll send it to you again, my sister. Let me see. PayPal. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to look for it. You know, when you're looking for something and it becomes a bit of a problem. Okay, so here. I will get there in the end. Trust me. I just need to. Okay, here we go. I think I've seen it. So on the screen, I did put it on the screen earlier on. And it's just simply called PayPal Me. One second. Let me, before I say anything more, I want to get it out properly so you have the right information. And I think I've shared it. So we need, you can, but those of you watching, if you can, we would really like you to donate to the PayPal. and help us to GoFundMe. And if you can't do that, go via the PayPal, and that would also be of help. Where's this information? When I want information, suddenly it goes cold on me and I cannot find it. But let me check something again. It's if you go to the broadcast earlier on the broadcast at the top of the page, I will show you what it says. Okay, yes. If you go to the top of my page, it says PayPal me,
Yes.
PayPal.me at I'll type it out. I'll type it out and I'll do it again. I mean, it's best I do that actually. So let me go sticker. So I can show you on the screen because I need you to see it, because it's very important that you see that note. So I'm going to quickly do this now, and then we can then do that again. Give me 1 sec, please. I'm just trying to find it because it's important.
I think it's too expensive, right?
Yeah, it is.
32 is a lot.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but that's what they're charging them. They're making it difficult for them to leave. And this is why I'm trying to tell people, they want, you see, every one of them have to pay $1,000. So $600 to $700 for their ticket alone, another $300 for fees. So on average, every one of them have to find $1,000 each. And that is why we're saying this is wrong. And African Union and ECOWAS are doing nothing about this. And that is why we are raising this. PayPal, let me just get you that information. PayPal.me. So I'll share it right now on the screen. Beg your pardon. So PayPal.me. Okay. /ODTVR. Okay. Okay, now, and just simply put reference, yeah, rescue Africans from enslavement in Arab countries. So let me just put that up there. Rescue, then you see it come up on the screen. Rescue Africans, okay, from enslavement in Arab countries. Okay, so you'll see that come up. So this is what we're saying. A lot of people, please, we need to make sure this message gets to our people. People don't understand what is being done. So those men who tell you, oh, we will bring you there, you'll get your job. They never tell you that they will take your passport away. And once they take your passport away, you cannot move around freely. And if you cannot move around freely, you are in danger. Because anybody can unalive you and nobody will know where you are. And you know, and this is the reality that we're trying to raise. And like I said, the African Union and the ECOWAS are absolutely silent. They make a lot of statements, but there is no action. There is no action supporting our men and women. Like I said, many men and women have had their kidneys removed in these Arab countries. Yes. And they've gone, you know, and
it's organ trafficking.
Exactly, it is. So let me just do this here quickly, then I will put it out there that you can see it. Okay, now, so I'm going to put this here above my head because I want you to see it. So that's the reference there. Reference. So PayPal me that ODTVR. So you can do PayPal if you want. And then the reference is that one here. What you see there. 1 second. Yeah. So if you are looking at the screen, those of you who are on TikTok, that is the information there. You can actually donate to that if you cannot use the GoFundMe. Now, the GoFundMe, you should simply go into it and you can just click on it. It's live. It is there. You can actually help. We need 32,000 pounds or dollars, because on average, every one of them needs $1,000. £600 to £700 for the ticket back from Iraq into their home country, plus fees. The police are going to charge them fees before they even allow them to now go on the plane. And they will have to show pictures of the ticket so that they can, before they are allowed to leave. This is something that EU is doing nothing about. I'm not EU. This is something that the AU is doing nothing about. The AU do not care about this. The ECOWAS don't care, and they are all sub-Saharan men and women. Please, when you are going to these countries and people are telling you they'll get you jobs, understand as soon as you get into those countries, you are no longer free. Your passport is taken away. You literally become a slave. We are trying to give you information Riza Ikin, salam. Okay, good evening to you. So please share this broadcast and help us reach more people. Please, we welcome donations. Subscribe to Citizen AY, and also we welcome gifts. So, and to my just above me, to the left there, to my right there, you see to my right here. Sorry, yes. Yeah, just here. You can see there. It says PayPal me, / ODTVR. That is the PayPal. That's the number you need. You can just go in there and donate that way, ODTVR. And then you put Rescue Africans from enslavement in Arab countries, or for short, RAF. Let me put it in bracket to make it easier. RAF, so that you can see it and it connects to what you see on the screen as well. Okay, so okay, thank you. That's lovely to hear, the baby there. So you can either donate that way. Like I said, each and every one of those ladies right now, they need $1,000 each. And as I spoke yesterday, I did a phone call to them. Let me show you. I spoke to them, and I may call today. I may call. I don't know if it's possible, but I did a phone call with them yesterday. And one of the things that they were, it was very noisy in the background. Let me hear if I can do that now. So let me see. Is that it? I'll see if I can hear it. I think it might be that one here. I can hear you, but I hear them singing as well. Okay. You see? Okay. So okay, I'll send you a message. I'll send you a message. I'll do a voice. And you can do me a voice. Okay. Okay. Bye bye. So that is the girl from the 32 girls who are currently still held in Iraq, all sub-Saharan African women. I'm going to send her a message. So let's see. Hi, message. Rachel. I'm sorry I've been quiet for the last few days. I've not been well. I've got a really bad cold and I'm still not clear. So, but I'm still trying to do what I can. Now, hopefully when I get better, I'll continue. I was supposed to even do a broadcast tonight, but I'm not able to go out. So I'm going to postpone that. But anyway, I hear what has been said. So text me back. I'll wait for a few minutes before I go and lie down again. Okay. So that's the message that I sent. Now let me see if I can call tonight. She may be able to give me a bit of update. Let me see. I'm going to try, and I wasn't planning this evening, but since we are on air, we might as well give that a try. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, let me try and call her and see any updates. So you're going to hear it live. You're going to hear this live as I speak right now and see if she is able to pick up. She may be able to pick up. Hello. Hello. How are you doing, baby girl? We are live. We are live on TikTok and on YouTube. Hello. We are live on TikTok and YouTube. What is happening there? Okay. Okay, I know, but can you tell us what's happening? Can you send me a voice note? What is happening with you right now? Okay. 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 You're not comfortable. Okay. What's happening to you? What's happening to you right now? What is happening to you right now in your health? Tell me about your health. Mental issues. Okay. Oh, so the Uganda left. Okay. 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 And how much do you all need? How much do you need? How much is your flight back? How much is the cost of your flight back to Africa? Yeah, how much is the cost of the ticket? My ticket cost from here to from Baghdad to Sierra Leone is $1,000 for my ticket. Okay. Okay. So it's $1,000. Okay. All right. And how many of you are left now? How many of you are left in there? Yes. You're 30 now. Okay. So 30 of you still. So we need about $30,000 still. Okay. Okay. All right. You know, baby girl, you know what? I'm gonna call you again. But we hear you, and please just hang in there. We're trying to shame the African Union and ECOWAS to come and pick you guys up, but we'll see what happens. And we're trying to raise some funds. But I'll call you again. But I hear you. Thank you very much. We've been in touch. Okay. I'll call you back. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 So, ladies and gentlemen, you had it live. You had the message live. That is from inside the prison in Iraq. Now, ECOWAS is doing nothing about that. You know, I don't want to be involved in this. We shouldn't have to be waiting like this. There is no system to save our people from this kind of nonsense. None. And this is why you come in. This is where we come in. And we are saying, please donate what you can. So go for me. Donate. They need, $1,000 for their trip, because they're going to pay £600 to £700 for the ticket, and then another £300 for the fees. And these are, we cannot wait anymore. African Union, they come with stories. So I'll come back and I will bring in that story to you, bringing it to you. Now let me show you the story of why I don't trust. Sorry. Oh goodness. Yeah. So we're going to talk about this now. And this goes into why we're saying that recently ECOWAS said, oh, they've launched a new currency. And they were telling us a story about the currency. And this is what they said. ECOWAS said, please tap, and share and subscribe to Citizen AY on both YouTube and on TikTok and help us grow the platform. We appreciate gifts. We do a lot of research, even though, to be honest, the past few weeks, past few days, I've been unwell. I was supposed to be singing on Saturday. I couldn't go because the cold was that bad. And I've still got, you can hear it in me. I can't really hit notes or do anything because my nose is really, but I'm trying what I can, because we have to continue with this with the awareness on African countries. Please, I need you to know as an African. The one thing you need to know, 3 things you need to know as an African: that you are a sovereign, that you have authority, that you have power. Sovereignty in Yoruba language is Oba Alashe. Ashe, power, authority is Ashe, and finally power, Agbara. Now we need you to know all of those things in your local languages, so that you are not going to be fooled by those telling you that you have jobs in Arab countries and then they go and enslave you. We need to put a stop to it. So we are trying to raise level of awareness, yeah. In the same day, there's no more hard work.
For how long, please?
Sorry, go ahead.
We doing a donation.
Yes. Mama. So please, if you want to, those of you, if you are not able to use GoFundMe, you can use the rescue and the PayPal that you see on the screen there, like Gwen is saying there. So you heard me talk about there's about 30 girls now in Iraq. That's in Iraq. There is in Libya. There is another. There's a video I showed where there's about maybe 100 women, all of them Nigerians. The Nigerian government is not doing anything about that. So that I will have to get details there. I haven't got direct contact, but those ones we can easily get to. But what we actually want is for the system to start taking care of our people. If you say that you are ECOWAS, then ECOWAS must be dealing with this issue situation, not me, not others, not benevolent people, not people who are trying to help their people. The system, there should be a system where ECOWAS is helping ECOWAS people. ECOWAS is not helping ECOWAS people, and they want you to believe in ECOWAS. ECOWAS is actually keep leaving our people enslaved in foreign countries. ECOWAS is not working for Africans. African Union is not working for Africans, and that is why we're doing shows like this. So ECOWAS said they've got a new currency. Now, let me tell you about that currency a little bit more. So they said they got a new currency a few days ago. The finance ministers and central bank governors from 15 economic community of West African states have advanced the plans to launch the single currency initiative known as ECO. I think they are now like 12, to be honest, because 3 of them have left. This was a few months ago, actually. Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali have left. So I think it's about 12 of them. The initiative envisioned to propel economic growth and development throughout the West African sub-region received Nigeria's endorsement. The single currency is part of the features in the 3-in-1 identity card planned by the National Identity Management Commission and set for rollout by August. See, so August has come and gone. It hasn't really come. It's all talk. And it will not come because ECOWAS is not safe and secure. It will not come. Now, on Friday, said Nigeria's Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, and noted the critical role of the ECO will play in fostering economic growth and development in the region, further emphasizing Nigeria's unwavering commitment to its successful implementation. That's all spiel. I'm sorry, I call that spiel. They're just waffle. They're just talking. It's just hot air. It is not going to change the lives of our people. We need an effective body. That is why we're looking to AES. They don't like to hear that. They don't like us to talk about Alliance of Sahel States. They don't like to talk about the fact that they're protecting their people. They don't like the fact that they are now making sure that they keep out those who are oppressing us. They are keeping out the colonials from their territories. ECOWAS is not guaranteeing that. ECOWAS is not keeping out those who are oppressing us. ECOWAS is not keeping out the colonials from our territory. Indeed, ECOWAS is welcoming the terrorists, the colonials who are oppressing us in our land. And we are saying no more. We don't want any more of this. We do not accept that. So we are talking about this from that point of view. We need to be aware that what ECOWAS is saying is meaningless when you cannot even deal with the fact that our people are enslaved in Arab countries, in Libya, in Morocco, in Algeria, in Syria, in Iraq, in all of these places. And yet, you want us to believe in a body or talk about currency. What currency? What Africa and Alliance of Sahel States is doing is perfect. Alliance of Sahel States are setting up the first and foremost security of their people. They are taking full responsibility for the people of Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali and providing security for them to make sure that they are protected, to make sure that if anything happens to them, they will come to their aid. African Union does not come to the aid of Africans. Let me say this categorically. African Union does not come to the aid of Africans. ECOWAS does not come to the aid of Africans. You got the evidence before you. That's why I put the picture there. And thirdly, the currency is worthless. The currency is another way. You see, they know that everybody now knows that CFA is being printed by the French. And the French printing the CFA is a way for Europe to take our wealth on the cheap, to buy our resources on the cheap. So now they want to say, oh, we're going to put the currency in African name. It's an economic community of African states. It's your currency. It is yours. It is yours. But guess what? As soon as you create that currency, they will make sure that that currency will never come to the same value as the euro or the dollar. You understand me? They will make sure that that currency will never, ever come to the value of the euro, the pound, the dollar. You will never be the same value because that is what they need. They need their currencies to be worth so much more than ours so that they can keep buying our resources on the cheap. And that is why I'm telling you that you should not put any faith in ECO currency. It is a scam because those who have told them, go and sell this to your people. They've told our puppet leaders in Africa, go and sell this to your people. Tell them it's in Africa. The name is African. First they moved. First they said you're not independent. When we saw we were talking too much, okay, you have independence, but we still control you. When they saw that, oh, people are saying we don't want that anymore. Okay, they gave us CFA. Oh, you got CFA. Yeah, we're doing it for you. When they saw that we got fed up with them taking 500 billion a year from our economy. Oh no, here you go, CFA. Now, when they saw that, oh, okay, we are fed up with CFA. Now they want to give us our own currency. The point of the fact of the matter is this: this echo is worthless. You cannot create an echo currency if you are not independent. Let me show you one or two things. I'm going to read one or two things to you. That right now, Africa is not independent. Let me see if I can. I think I saved some documentation earlier on that I wanted to share with you all. And I hope it works. I hope it works. Yeah, oh, is it here? No, not that one. Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm going to find it because it's important. When we're talking about this, it is really important to understand what has been done to us, and we really do need to make a change. No, that's not it. Give me 1 sec. I'm just going to try and find this for you. So, just you see the screen, not that one. Give me 1 sec, please. So, what I'm saying to you is that we cannot trust what they're saying to us. We cannot trust it. Where is it? Okay. Now, let me show you something quickly whilst I'm doing that. Is ECOWAS. Let me see. Let me just put this down. ECOWAS. How did I put it again? Give me 1 second, please. I'm just trying to show you something here. There is a report that came out. Is ECOWAS free to trade?
Unacceptable.
It is.
Because if you catch American, just one American,
yeah,
they will do everything to release them.
Exactly.
Imagine we, the Africans, our leaders, I don't understand why.
Exactly.
Speak up.
Exactly. This is why we're doing what we're doing here. So let me see. Now, listen to this. I want you to listen to this. Is ECOWAS a trade agreement? I want to see what countries are not free in Africa. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me just see. There's something I needed to show you earlier on. What's it? Click on the band. Empathy. Okay, I need to show you. There's something I wrote before. Is ECOWAS can African countries trade amongst each other? Let me just put that down here. So I want to show you why this is meaningless. If you're not free to trade among each other, can ECOWAS countries trade among each other? So let me just see. That's the word. I want to ask that simple question. Countries trade among each other. So this is telling you that echo currency is meaningless. If you cannot trade among yourselves, then that means that the currency is controlled from outside. It just means, let me see. I'm just going to check this in the background because I did the check earlier on and I saw something and I don't know if I kept it. Let me see. Just want to let you know. So, okay. Yeah. So look at this. I'll just give you an example. So, do African countries trade with each other? I want you to listen, and it says trade with the rest of the world in goods, mainly commodities and services, mainly tourism. While in intra-African trade and trade between African countries is more diversified in value-added goods, such as manufacturers and processed foods and services, such as transport services, financial services, business services. You see, they're not telling you that. What they're not telling you is this. Even now, the French have control over the French-speaking countries, what they can trade in and what they can't trade in. And these are the things that we're talking about. So ECOWAS is not free. For example, if you want to trade, an ECOWAS country cannot trade with Cuba, for example, without getting clearance from France. An ECOWAS country cannot trade with Russia without getting clearance from France or from UK. These are what we're saying. ECOWAS is a puppet body. They are controlled by the colonials. So when they talk about, and they talk about civis, they said they trade with the rest of the world in mainly commodities. When they say commodities, I need you to understand they're talking about our resources, because the only thing they come to get from Africa is our resources. They don't buy finished goods from Africa. They don't. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Doubt me or question me. Do correct me if I'm wrong. And if you want to chip in and talk about this, let us hear from you. It is very important to understand, that what is going on here is injustice. We are not free on our land. We do not accept this. We cannot trust ECOWAS. ECOWAS is a puppet body. And I don't understand how people will come out and say we should support ECOWAS. What is ECOWAS doing for Africans right now? Please tell me what ECOWAS is doing to make the lives of Africans better within ECOWAS right now. I'm just asking us, are they providing protection? In Nigeria, for example, many people have been unalived because of the actions of Boko Haram and all of that in ECOWAS. But they're not doing anything about it. Please quote me, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, France said they will back ECO. That's why I'm not happy. Yes, put in war power, let me bring you on board. I'm going to follow you and I'll add you, because we need to have this discussion. We need to have this discussion. I'm sorry if I wasn't really following. Please, we welcome donations as you're watching. Don't just watch alone. Please donate to the platform. Help us grow the platform. We really do need your support. The more you donate, please subscribe to us on TikTok and on YouTube and give the platform a super chat on YouTube. And of course, donations and gifts are welcome, because what we do is a lot of research, even when we are having difficult times in terms of actually getting that information out, due to health issues such as we have right now. And of course, don't forget, we need those funds to donate to help us with those 30 women who are in Iraq right now, who need a minimum of $1,000 each to leave. Now, we've got some donations, but it's nowhere near the amount we need. We got something like a couple of $100, £100. So if we could help us with that, that would be great. And what we want to do is every donation, we are grateful to those who are donating. And when we do any and when we move the girls, each and every one of them, it is a must that they give us updates on what is going on, and we can actually see them from where they currently are to when they get out and back into their communities on ground. And what we want to do is to be able to teach them how to raise their awareness in the community to stop the others from going into the same trap. This is very, very important. I want to make that smaller because I want to show the face of our great man. I don't know why I didn't even pick up on that before. So yeah, because it's very important to have the face of our great man there, Ibrahim Traore. He is a great, great, great man, and I want to do as much as I can to leave the faces of the others as well. When we're doing the broadcast, it is very, very important. Ladies and gentlemen, you are of course watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please donate, subscribe, help us grow the platform, help us reach more people, and also you can also download my tune. How long una going to suffer? You can download it on iTunes and on Spotify as well. And of course, don't forget, you can also donate to the GoFundMe that I showed you moments ago. Now, going back to the discussion we were having about why ECO is a bad idea. ECO is a bad idea because Africa is not in control of our currency. We are not. So, for example, let us say they created ECO. Let's just stay with started running ECO. I'm going to add in the ECO. I'm inviting. So, if you do want to join me in the discussion and have and discuss, I welcome those of you who are watching me. Throw me an invite and I'll bring you on board. Let me see. Have I seen people? I'm sorry if I've missed you whilst you're watching, but please, I welcome discussions and let us hear from you. It is very important that we are part of the discussion. So let me see. I think I've seen somebody throwing me an invite here. Let me see. If I've seen you come in, then I will definitely throw you an invite. I'll do it this way. So Kofi, I'll invite those who are there. If you want to join in, and if you're able to join in, of course, without question, you should join in. And so come up with your own suggestions, and if you have a radically different point of view to me, I welcome that. The most important thing is to be able to engage in dialogue and actually get to the point where we are able to free ourselves and come up with suggestions to free ourselves from bondage. Africa is not free. Like I said, the fact that the currency is going to be controlled, remote controlled by Europe, is a big problem. We are not free. Our currencies should be linked to our resources. Our currencies should be linked to our resources. But guess what? It will never be linked, because they don't want that to be linked. Because the minute it linked it, that means that they have to pay far more. They have to pay far more for far less. And we have to get far more for for little of our of our resources. So we will dictate. Connecting our currencies to our resources will put us in a powerful position. They don't want that. We need to explain this to ourselves very, very clear. If you watch the video that I shared, where Ibrahim Traore, where he was talking about trading, he said we can trade with anybody. If you want to get our gold, you have to you get the trade, you get to go to our mines on our terms. That is what we need. ECOWAS is not coming with that. ECOWAS is just saying, no, we're going to give you a currency. There is no mechanism that is connecting that currency to all of the resources in the soil, and making sure that the value of those currencies, those resources, is reflected in the currency. There is no connection whatsoever. And this is why we are saying we cannot trust a system that actually puts our people, doctors, what were you talking about? Samuel Pant, we're talking about Africa. We're talking about the fact that there are African women and men who are being enslaved in Arab countries, and African Union is doing nothing about it. ECOWAS is doing nothing about it. And also that they're not trying to give us a currency. What's the point of any currency when those in power are not doing anything to support Africans on the African continent? And we are saying categorically, Africa is not free. And the only place in Africa that is free is the Alliance of Sahel States. I had some news the other day, some good news about Alliance of Sahel States, those three behind. I had some good news. Let's take the ECO. ECO is going nowhere. It is just a talking shop. They are not there to take any action. If ECOWAS was going to be effective, the women that you see in this picture now, let me show you this again. If ECOWAS was effective, the women that I'm showing you here, they wouldn't be in Iraq right now. If ECOWAS was effective, these women would already be back home. ECOWAS would have sent delegation to Arab countries. They would have sent delegation to Arab countries and have a meeting with them and saying, under no circumstances do you hold the passport of our people. ECOWAS do not cancel. And this is what I'm saying to you. When you are a puppet nation, you only do what those who told you to take action tells you. You do not do this for your people, but you are doing it on behalf of the colonials who have told you to do certain things. And that is all they're doing. ECO is not something that we should trust as ECOWAS people or African Union, Africans. ECO and ECOWAS and African Union are puppets of the West. They are not serving the benefits, they're not serving the rights of Africans. If anything happens to an European anywhere around the world, do you know they can send embassy? They will send specific people from the EU to go to those places and say, right, we demand to know what is happening to our citizen, because that person is from EU. You need to tell us their name. They will start putting information in place. And that makes others very afraid. ECOWAS will never do that. African Union will never do that for Africans. It's a talking shop because they are bodies created by the colonials. Let me bring in Prince Legal. Go ahead. So let's hear from you as you're watching. Please, we welcome donations as you're watching. Tap, 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 and share. Help us grow the platform. The more you tap and share, the more we grow. Prince Ligo, go ahead. What would you like to say? Welcome on board. Let's hear from you. What would you like to say? Go ahead. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I can. If you want to chat, just come ahead. Go in. Just go live. I can't hear you. Can you hear? Your mic is open. Can you say something? Hello? Prince Lego? Okay, I don't know if you want to say. If you do want to speak, the floor is open. I will carry on. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, go ahead. What would you like to say? What would you like to say, my brother? Go ahead.
Thanks very much for the awakeness to Africa, getting awake in all these ones. And we, the younger generations, we are behind these African leaders that want change. So it's a good program.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
One thing that I want to see our African leaders do is those our sisters in Arab countries which are under slavery. I would like our leaders to come together and then bring them back home.
That is fantastic. Exactly. That's exactly what we need to hear from them. We need them to have a plan in place, envoys, things like that. I'm so glad you touched on that. Is there anything else you would like to add to the discussions? What do you think of the currency, for example? Do you have any confidence in the ECO currency?
Come again?
Do you have any confidence in the ECO currency that they're putting forward?
No, there's no confidence in the ECO currency that they are putting forward because we are still under our slave masters. The only time that the ECO currency will work is when Africa has its own liberty to manage its own affairs without Western influence. So I don't think the ECO currency will work. Once our hands are in the mouth of our slave masters, we'll continue to suffer. The ECO currency will be nothing before the European currencies.
Wow, thank you wow, I'm so glad you said that. You see, this is the kind of things that we need to have this kind of discussion. Tell me, what do you think of Alliance of Sahel States? What are your thoughts on that? How do you feel about them?
Yes, Alliance of Sahel States, I think it's a good move. If all African countries can come together and join this alliance, the Western world will be in shambles. Their strongholds will be falling down.
Fantastic. What are you? What country are you from? Would you mind telling me your country? Are you from Ghana or something?
I'm from Ghana.
Okay, I thought so. I could pick it up. Now, how do you feel about your government in Ghana? Because they support ECOWAS. What are your thoughts on your government? Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I think our government is just not waking up to the call. Because how can you stand against your own brother, your own blood? Mind you, these are our slave masters that are still ruling us. And it was the same way that they ruled us, they managed to get us to rule us. And right now they've just changed the face of the slavery. Yeah. Now it is new colonialism. They're using our own brothers to rule us. They dictate for us what to do with our mineral resources. They dictate what we should put up in our countries, but we don't dictate for them. So I think our president is just not waking up to the call. But I think one day Africa will be united.
Ashe. Wow, thank you so much for that. Thank you. I'm really glad. Please continue to be active. Please do share. My brother, I want to ask you one more question. Do you know your
Alright.
do you know your constitution? Do you know your constitution in Ghana, for example? Do you know your rights?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the section? Do you
Yes.
know that you have the right to actually hold your government to account? You have the power to begin to question them, and we need you all to be using that.
Yes.
You know, you have to come together as a community to start questioning them in your local languages, because they've
Yes.
kept us in the dark for so long. Say something about that, please. Go ahead.
Yes, our constitution, it's gave us the mandate to hold our leaders to give account and all these things, but how can you hold someone to account when he has built walls around himself to protect him? He has built the wall from the judiciary, everybody, every sector of the country is supporting him. So how can you take him on when he's not doing the right thing?
If we all stood together, I agree with you. But if all of the people in all the communities stood together, then they have no choice but to do what we tell them, and that's why they keep us divided. We need to stand together, community by community, and start holding them accountable in all African countries.
Yes.
Because that's what we need, and that's why this program is important. We're not here to abuse them. We're just telling them that you need to fulfill your role of governance, which is being accountable to the people. You know, so but I'm really glad we talk about this, and it's very important. I'm really, my brother, I'm
Yes.
following you. It is a pleasure to have you on board, and your insight
Thank you very
for
much.
someone so young. Please keep this up. Spread the word about this platform, and let us reach as many more people. We need you in the struggle. I have every belief in you. You are the future of Africa, and you deserve to have a bright future, because your resources in your land makes you a trillionaire in cedis. It makes you a trillionaire in dollars, in whatever currency you choose, because Ghana has got resources, and we need you to benefit from it. So please continue, and I'm really glad to have had you in the discussions. I'm adding you here. If you do want to make any more comments, I welcome it. But I'll go and let me crack on for a bit more. Thank you so much. I'll meet you for a few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, fantastic. Let me give him a round of applause. And I'm really glad that we had that. You know, Prince Legal, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You see, we need to have open, frank discussions amongst ourselves like this. Ladies and gentlemen, you are, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Let me take a pause. And let me just play this song that I have. It's on my website. It's called How Long Will They Suffer? I'll just say that, you know, I'm a bit of a cold thing. I got a bit of a cold thing going. My nose is a bit so bunged up. So I want to just rest for a second. Let me get the song out. And then you listen to it and just give me a minute. So here we go. So once I get myself something to drink. My people, yes, sir. So, man. Hey, hey. Where did I go? Oh, give me a minute, please. How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long will I go this off? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long will I go this off? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long will I go this off? How long? Oh, how long? How long? How long? How long? How long will I go this off? My people, we don't tire inside Nigeria. Now slave camp we do. Now so my people, we don't tire for the country where they call Nigeria. Now slave camp. The time done now where we supposed stand up for our rights. Oh, stand up for our rights. Oh, the time done now where we supposed stand up for our rights. Oh, for self-determination. How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long? How long will I go this off? How long? How long? How long? How long? long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? How long? Oh, how long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? Abdul Salam na fake man. Now he put that yeah constitution for your head, yo. Abdul Salam na fake man. Na military man come tell una say una get constitution. No be lie. Na lie, oh, na fake, na fraud, oh. That yeah constitution. Now him that they claim close to my eye, yo. Make una wake up, make una wake up. Oh. How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? How long? Oh, how long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? My people, I want make una know say oh, self-determination, oh, now you're right, oh, far. My people, I want make una know say oh, self-determination, now you're right, oh, far. You must fight for your right. You must stand for your right. You must get up, stand up. You must tell your people, for your village, for your town, for your city, any inside country where you dey, oh. Atiku, Emiloko, or Peter Obi no be the solution. Na the solution, na it be the solution. Make una wake up, make una wake up, turn down that, bagam, the Yoruba man, you be Biafra. I want make una know say self-determination, now you're right, you. How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? How long? How long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? How long? Oh, how long? How long? How long gonna go this suffer? Yoruba land na your land, yo. Middle belt na your land, yo. Hausa land na your land, yo. Biafra land na your land, yo. No be Nigeria, no be Nigeria, no be Nigeria, no be Nigeria. La 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 la. Oh. Thank you all so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you. That tune is on iTunes. It's on my, you can see that on my webpage, www.citizenay.org. You can see it on there. You can get the tune on iTunes and on Spotify. And of course, it can help us by doing gifts and donations to us because we do a lot of work. The reason I'm taking a bit of break is I'm really finding it difficult because I've still got the cold and things. But I wanted to come and talk about this. So let us crack on and talk about the issue of the currency a little bit more. Then I'm going to come and talk to you about the Western Cape. There is something going on in the Western Cape that I wanted to touch about tonight, and we'll talk about it shortly. But what I want us to understand is that, you see, the ECOWAS, they are not independent. They are controlled by Western powers, very much like my brother said. You know, that the guy who spoke moments ago. And if you do want to discuss and chip into the discussion, we welcome your contributions. And of course, please tap, and share. Get the platform. The more you do that, the more we're able to come back and do more work to reach more people. We really do need that support from you. Please, we welcome super chats from those of you who are on YouTube. And of course, share the broadcast to reach more people. Now, going back to the ECHO, you heard what my brother said. The ECHO, there is no point in us having anything like ECHO. We haven't got a functioning system on ground whereby our people are protected. Women are enslaved. I've just told you moments ago, we need, in Iraq alone, the women need something like $30,000 for them to be freed from enslavement. Their passports are held in all in all Arab countries. The passports of Africans. The passports of Africans are held as soon as they land, as soon as they get into employment, they are taken by those who employed them. That puts them in danger, and they have no accountability for the lives of these people. There is no accountability by those who took those passports for the lives of Africans, which means that we are effectively slaves. And African Union and ECOWAS is doing nothing about this. That is why we do not trust them. AES is doing something. Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Gota, General Chani above me, they are working to protect their people in the AES. So, like my brother Bigu something said earlier on, it is important that we support AES. AES are there to protect Africans. African Union do not care about Africans. ECOWAS do not care about Africans. Let me say that again. African Union does not care about Africans. ECOWAS does not care about Africans. AES cares about Africans and is doing everything they can to protect Africans. The other day, Ouattara sent his internal security man, Zole, some guy, to go to Mali to disrupt Mali. Guess what? Those who are attacking Mali, they are being dealt with harshly. I'm not going to mention names. Those who are attacking Mali, they've been dealt with harshly. I've got videos. I may show it in time, but I'm not going to show it now. Those videos, those who are going in, the mercenaries who are trying to go in and disrupt Mali, they were feeling the heat. Yes, they were feeling the heat. You get. We're not going to say about that. They were feeling that heat. In fact, they are feeling it big time, you know, because they thought they were just going to come. They thought it was going to be business as usual. They come in and they walk all over us and they do what? Guess what? They figured wrong. They figured wrong. They beat off. They've beaten off more they can chew this time. And we need to make sure we support the Alliance of Sahel States. We need to make sure that we back them up. That is why, put their pictures up. Talk about the great work that they're doing. African Union is not doing anything to support Africans. I put up videos. I'm showing you pictures of women who are enslaved in Arab countries. What is African Union doing? Nothing. What is ECOWAS doing? Nothing. So we do not want ECO. We don't want ECO. ECO means nothing. Without your security, without your safety, without those bodies standing up, EU will stand up for EU citizens anywhere in the world. Hear me. The European Union will stand up for European citizens anywhere in the world. African Union or ECOWAS will pretend as though they didn't hear the news. They won't they will come and defend you. They will not come and defend you anywhere in the world. Quote me. They will not come to stand by you. They will not send envoys to you. Look at in Iraq. 30 women in a jail, illegally arrested, abused. African Union has sent nobody. ECOWAS has sent nobody. These are facts. And we're saying it categorically. And that's why we're saying we must support TJ Baba. Welcome on board, my brother. That's why we're saying we must support Africans. It is very important that you please share. We welcome gifts and donations. Those of you watching, please don't just sit and watch. Take the time to share the broadcast, hit the like, gift the platform, help us grow. We really appreciate your support, but we will even get more support if you can donate and give the platform as you're watching. It is really, really important because we do a lot of research that will bring to your attention. So based on everything we've said now, you can see now that ECOWAS is not working for us. So those who are telling us to support ECOWAS, that we have a body, then ECOWAS does not work for Africans. ECOWAS is working for EU. African Union is not supporting Africans. African Union is working for EU. And we can no longer have any foreign body on African continent. Yes, let me tell you why this is so important. So let's go to the next bit of it now. The next bit of it is I want you to watch this, see this video, picture. Hang on, let me get this picture for you. Where is it? I'm sorry, my nose is a little bit Uh, excuse me. That's what I mean. It's I may have to come up to stop soon, but I don't want to do that unless I absolutely have to, because the cold is really catching me. But I don't want to give it any. I want to try as much as I can. So do bear with me. Now, this is the reason why African Union should be all over this. What's this man here? This man is called Craig Philip. Phil Craig. Sorry, Phil Craig. Now, what is happening? Hamza, and those of you, if you want to chip in and if you want, throw me an invite if you want to discuss, and we welcome. Please donate as you're watching and help us grow the platform. We really do need your support. You're listening to Citizen Ewa, the platform where we speak truth to power. And it's a great pleasure to always have with us Gwen, who's a friend of the house. And Vibe Master, let me bring you on board, of course. Thank you so much. Let me hear from you as well if you want to chip in. Those of you watching, please, we welcome your support and donation and comment from yourselves. It is very important, the work we're doing. Now, I'm going to talk to you about this man here. This man is called Phil Craig. Now, he is trying to move people from Israel to Western Cape. I kid you not. That's the plan. And they're trying to use the Balfour Treaty. I'm going to read the Balfour Treaty to you in a few minutes. The words he said is this. He said, Western Cape becomes almost like Israel for the Jews, says Phil Craig, co-founder of Cape Independence. So he's trying to come out. He's saying that he wants to give independence to the Western Cape. Hang on, let me go back again. So this man is saying they want to give independence to Western Cape. This man here is saying he wants to give independence to Western Cape of South Africa. Please tell me, who created South Africa? Who created South Africa? Let me bring in my brother. I don't know if he's able to join. I've sent you an invite, Vibe Master. And if anybody else wants to join. So please, I'd like to know who created South Africa? Well, this is a question. Oh, Vibe Master, welcome on board. Let's hear from you. Good evening. And yeah, go ahead. Then I'll come back and tell us some more. Welcome on board. What would you like to say, my brother? Go ahead.
I think things are quite concerning at the moment, especially with that warship on the Ivory Coast. It's concerning. It kind of makes me think to myself that if Russia wasn't under pressure, they would have moved into if NATO didn't have the issues that they've got in Europe at the moment, they would have moved to Africa quite a long time ago. It's just concerning.
Yeah,
because,
it is, isn't it?
You know, they know they know what's happening with their energy. You know, with the European energy, they can forecast, you know, how much energy they're going to have and all that sort of stuff, and they know it's going to weaken
exactly
the energy in Europe.
In Europe, yes,
especially to the nuclear power plants.
Indeed.
The nickel.
Indeed.
The manganese and all the minerals that they want there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, France always cause problems, man. Yeah. Vietnam, France, the selling of Texas, to sponsor what was going off in Haiti. You know, France always cause problems, man. They always cause problems, and the eagle always runs to their aid. You know, they're all satellite states to the eagle. Exactly. Because, you know, there's a war price.
It is.
You know, the Allies split stuff, and you know they make deals and make deals that last for many years. It's just a lot of things are quite annoying, if I'm to be honest.
It is.
Very annoying.
It is. I agree with you.
And you know, this puppetry has to stop.
It really
What's
has
going
to.
on with the guy in Senegal? You
Well,
know, he's
yes.
I think he's playing. I don't know what kind of a game he's playing. I'm thinking to myself, is he seeing who he has to deal with?
I think it's
As by way he's had to pay these visits.
it's
I
pain.
understand he's a new leader. He has to find out who's who and who's what and who's not and who is.
He knows the lay of the land. He knows the lay of the land. All of that.
There's talk this week that he's kicking out the French military.
Well,
Also talk about Libya wanting to join the AES.
good.
There's a lot of things that are happening at the moment, but
yeah.
one thing that is apparent, and we have to keep this in mind, it is apparent. If Russia, if the things that was going off in Europe wasn't happening,
Yes,
they would have been back already.
it would have been. Yes.
They would have gone to the Sahel region already.
Yeah. I had a report
It's
today.
just, a lot of things are a bit distressing at the minute, but
It is.
also at the same time, these three people, these three united
Yeah.
countries are showing the way, and
Indeed.
they're young, young mixed with the
Exuberance.
man from Niger,
Exactly.
Tiani.
Yes.
I rate that man.
Yes. Very, very much.
I rate him so high,
Mhm.
so high,
Indeed.
so high. He's not interested in taking the profile.
No.
He's not he's not as articulate as
Exactly.
Abraham.
Exactly.
But he comes from the generation of the puppets, and look what he's doing. He's not playing puppet, man. He's not fooling about. These are key points that we have to look at. But,
Yes.
at the same time, there's a US railway project, a new railway project that they're funding, and it's been passed. That runs through various countries in Central Africa. When things like that are still happening, it kind of makes me feel very disgruntled when it comes to certain things, because that if you look at the path of where it's taking, it's cutting through mineral wealth,
That's correct.
landlocked
That's
places.
correct.
So
Yeah,
I like what's happening in the Sahel, but there's a lot of things that are concerning, and especially that stupid French ship on the
Ivory
coast
Coast.
of Ivory Coast. That's the most concerning thing at the minute.
It is.
What is that Ivory Coast guy, the puppet guy doing?
He's,
Pinocchio's cousin. Is
Yeah.
he Pinocchio's cousin or
It
nephew or
is.
something?
yeah, yeah. I know.
What's he doing?
I know. It's the man.
And we have some people on this platform as well who are speaking very highly of ECOWAS and
I know.
going around
I'm just. I can't. I know. A particular one.
promoting ECOWAS.
Yeah. I mean.
These people are to be jumped on when you see them on your platforms.
Yes.
I'm going to tag one of them, and I don't care.
Yes. Please do.
Echo Pal.
Yes. Exactly.
When you see Echo Pal
I know. It's
doing his stuff, take him down fast.
I cannot for the life of me explain. See, he doesn't say anything about the number of Africans that are enslaved in Arab countries. He doesn't talk about the fact that our resources have been taken away.
I can't seem to hear you, host. So I can't seem to hear you. 1 second.
Hold on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Sorry. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, Vibe Master. I don't know if you could hear me. Okay. Anyway.
Echoing.
Okay, I'll mute it. I'll mute it here. Apologies, I still got my cold. Sorry, I still got my cold. Vibe Master, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now, sir. I can hear
Okay,
you
sorry.
now.
Yeah. So, it is really important that we continue. I mean, we shouldn't allow platforms like this, those negative platforms that are trying to talk down AES to occupy the airwave. We should not be giving them time and space. When we hear them, we should go and confront them. and respectfully leave that platform because they are not really speaking up for Africa. I know Kofi is my friend, but I'll have to say this, and I've said it to him. I don't agree.
I'm sorry, citizen. Let me tell you something here. You
Yes.
see, when I see that guy,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I've been watching him for the past year, and I'm respectful to him when I'm on his platform.
Yes.
He actually allows me inside the box.
Yes.
But if I see him outside his space,
Yes. Yes.
he ain't getting no mercy from me, bro.
No, it is. I mean, I cannot explain. For me, I'm really surprised with the amount
I'm not surprised.
Well, yeah,
because you know why? You have some elders here that are so frightened and scared of change. And the thing is, because you know, I'm in my late 50s now.
Yes.
So you know,
Yes.
I'm in this category as well. Yeah, but one thing I'm not is times change.
Yeah.
And if you can't move with the times,
get out of the way.
Then stay humble.
Yeah.
And that's what bugs me about him. He's never humble.
No.
If you're in his space,
yeah,
he never gives someone of intelligence allowed to land. If it's against his narrative, he doesn't allow you to land. You know, we can still be humble with age.
Absolutely. This is, in fact, it is a very necessary thing to be humble. It is very necessary. That's the idea of the whole thing. And I sense that I'm just disappointed in his approach, to be honest.
I'm gonna drop and come back. There's a bit of an echo, yeah?
Okay, no, hang on. It's myself. It's my end.
Is it your end?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's blatant as well. And then the thing is, when you look at the comments through his lives, you know, 98% of the people do not follow his narrative, but he's still keeping with this thing, you know, which does suggest a form of, you know, it can make you suggest or even think to yourself or come up with a theory, you know, is this guy an agent? You know, it's not a good thing. And these talks about the things that are going off in the Western Cape, we have to, we should dip into the mentality of the European, and I'm talking, you know, look into their history as much as what's the European got to do with Africa and all this sort of stuff when we're on African business. You have to know who you're dealing with. You really do have to know what you're dealing with. And there's certain documents and letters that have been written to suggest the recolonization of Africa and the unaliving of the gene pool.
Exactly.
You know, these things are serious. These things are serious.
Yes. Yes.
You know, these are high up, prestigious people within Western governments that have been, you know, writing these memos. And you know, these memos are there for you to research and actually go and look. You know, we have to know who we're dealing with, and whatever field work. When you see people that within this platform or whichever spaces that you go to that you feel are of the mindset and the determination as citizen AY here, we should all be field agents in spreading certain bits of positive knowledge, what these powerful impact speakers you know are giving us, because it spreads the awareness.
Absolutely.
And you know, it heightens the overstanding as regards to the task that we've got. You know, hypothetically, if things do get to a stage as by where it gets critical, all the men of age should be ready to you know, be the leader of the wolf pack to bear any brunt of you know, trying to get the task done, because you know, we have to be at the front line first.
Absolutely.
That's straight up.
You're absolutely
That's
right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Speaking as you're speaking on that topic, it springs to mind. I did an expose on Baden Powell. I don't know if you've seen it, whereby I spoke about the fact that they actually took the land from the Bulawaye people, and then he claimed that he won the
yes.
war, and then he's buried in Inyeri, and the things they did in actually unaliving people by stringing them up, and they've got pictures. I've got pictures of this stuff, but I've blurred it up. I'm gonna just show. So we need to really educate our people so that they do not support the very people who are actually doing serious harm to them. A lot of our people are not aware of this kind of important information, and even to go and say you are being a Boy Scout or Girls Guide or anything like that because of lack of knowledge of what was done. Let me see if I got that picture here. So you hit the nail on the head there when you talk about that. We need to know what has been done. Yeah, so let me, I think I did it the other time. So this is a picture here. So all of you who are doing Boy Scout, please be aware. Be aware. This is Baden Powell in the middle there. That's him. And this is the sports he was playing, enjoying. This is in his scrapbook. Bodies of Africans strung up. And then he is buried on the African soil. You don't get to be rewarded for unaliving Africans on the African continent. You don't get to be doing that. And what's still, we should not be promoting that. We should make everybody know this is what he did. And we should make sure that our people do not go and join Boy Scout. So these people who are on here, they don't know that this is what he did. And he even calls it the Christmas tree. And I can't get that out of my head now. I can't get that out of my head. When he's saying, he titled it Christmas tree. He titled what you see in the middle there, Christmas tree. So these are histories that we need to be very aware of. Vibe Master, thank you so much. I'll come back to you. It is really important that we know all of these histories and know the psychology. Because, again, another one just not far off, Cecil Rhodes. This Phil Craig is acting like Cecil Rhodes, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Let's hear from Outcast Ace. Outcast Ace, go ahead. Let me hear from you. I know there's echoing. Go ahead. Go ahead. Welcome aboard. What would you like to say?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, loud and clear. But can you? Is there an echo now? If there is, I'll mute.
A little bit, not too much.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, there is echo. Yeah.
Okay, I'll mute. I'll mute
it.
It's
cool. I can still talk.
Okay.
It's come back, I think.
Go ahead.
Try turning your mic down a little bit, Citizen.
Okay, 1 second.
No, Citizen.
No. Okay, I'm gonna try and turn it down. Can you? Okay, is that okay now? Okay, let's
try.
Yeah,
because that's what's causing the feedback.
Okay.
The mic might be loud.
Okay, go ahead.
It's still bringing it. It's still giving it.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me see. Oh, okay. It's difficult to do. I've tried to bring it down. Okay. Can you still hear it?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, there's still an echo.
Okay, I'll mute.
Deal with it how you need to deal with it.
Okay. Outcast, go ahead. Go ahead.
Right, Master. So, what was the question? What was I supposed to answer? Because I've been answering so many questions on the bottom when I was writing.
Oh, okay. No. Wait. I'd like to just give us a.
I can't hear you, brother.
If you can give us a general view of how you're seeing things. What do you think about the eco currency they're trying to bring about, and how do you see ECOWAS? Is it fit for purpose? Should we not? Is it not time for us to
turn your mic back up a little bit? You're a bit low now.
Okay.
You can't stop the echo anyway.
Okay. So, how do you see ECOWAS? And ECOWAS, is it fit for purpose? The eco currency, is it relevant in this discussion? Is it not time for us to get rid of African Union and ECOWAS and support AES? Succinctly.
Yes, it's definitely about time, because all those that was claiming African unity hasn't benefited Africans in any sort of way. If anything, all we've done is push other people which are classed themselves as the first world. How could they be the first world with no supplies? How could you be the first world with no supplies? I never heard of this. It sounds like if we close our gates, you will starve. So I understand why you're willing to do the utmost to undo whatever we're planning here, which is okay, because it's about time we got off our ass and accepted. And as we're willing to die, and we're already dying anyway. So guess what? What are we going to lose if we try? We're not going to lose much.
That's why I feel like there's a generational gap, as you said, there's the age thing. The old men want to live a content life. The young guy thinks, I've got nothing to lose. I'm too young and I've got nothing but time left. That's why the generation, that's why Bill Gates used to speak on the youth of Africa, the youth of Africa. He left America in 1993 and went straight into Africa health system. For what? To prevent someone from coming for his money later. Because if I'm rich, all I'm thinking about is who is the majority? And everyone knows in the world, black people are the majority. Africans are the majority. Our continent is so vast, it's unbelievable. They don't exist. They know this. And before they can try to pay us off everything, we need to with no mercy. Because then we can really understand who we are. Because there's a lot of people in despair, desperate, hence why they're willing to betray their brother and do this and that. It's all embarrassing. Like Nigeria to be the poorest country, we should jump out of a window. It doesn't make sense. How is this possible? Nigeria to be poor, but there's people in the desert.
Exactly. You are so right. You're so right.
And it all comes back to currency. Because you know the people which are making France, England, Germany, or whoever come to us, are paying them in their own currency, and controlling the currency. So France today is owned by a single family. Britain's owned by a single family. Everyone's owned by those which put them in debt. And this all started with the people which are known for being scattered around the world and putting people in debt in order to, compound interest. Once you start doing this thing where you own your own currency like Gaddafi, because Gaddafi's son right now, nobody speaks on it. He just signed himself to become the new president of Libya. His son came back, he got kidnapped, he's got an international warrant out for him. And if you see the way he is right now, he's more serious than ever. They tortured him, everything. He's got his missing fingers. He doesn't look like the same kid that was with his dad, but he's back.
Wow.
So when I realized this is happening, I know what Ibrahim's doing. Ibrahim's going to connect with him, and they're all going to just move as a unit.
That's it.
Because all Ibrahim has done is bring back what Gaddafi was already trying to do from the get-go. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Outcast Ace, thank you very much. Thank you for that.
Can I ask how old you are, my brother?
You're right, yeah.
Me, man.
Yeah.
28.
Fantastic.
Yeah, man, that's good, man.
Fantastic.
Keep it up, man. Serious, man. I love that, man. Serious.
Yeah. We need to go for the agriculture because we need to think about sustainability. You can't pay me if I already got my food.
And the water. We need to look after that. We need to look after our water as well.
Yes, hence why
And our big farmer as well. We need our own big farmer.
Yes, exactly. We need our farms. And what they're doing, they're giving us food aid. We are getting food aid from people that do not have food. Have you ever heard of this? I've never heard of anything like this.
And we need to control our airspace.
Yes, and we need to understand those that would not share the same skin color. I'm telling you now, they all are in a heist together. The Arabs have joined the Western world in order to make Africa where it is today. This is all because I can break off a bunch of these guys. That's why today the superpower China wants to do their own thing with Africa. They don't care. They'll leave everyone for dead because everyone left them for dead. That's how it is. Everyone's thinking about the old history. Everyone thinks about what's happening today. No, this all started before these nations got made. When the British Empire went around and made all these situations, it's all coming back. The chicken's come to roost, as they say. The chicken's come to roost. And I'm glad we took the struggle side because there's only up here. We can't go any down. Where are we going to go? To hell, where are we going? There's nowhere left.
So true. So true. So true. So true. Wow. Yeah. Well said, Outcast. And I'm so glad of your that age range that you said there. Please, we support you. We need you to speak up for your coming. This is your future. We're gonna support and give you as much information going forward, which is what we're doing now. I'm gonna crack on a little bit. Let me show you this thing about the South African thing, and I will then come and break it down a little bit more. So here is this guy here, Phil Craig, with his spiel on taking over Western Cape, as though nobody's there. As though it's a land that is just made for them, and I mean the incredulity of someone like that coming on and saying, Western Cape becomes almost like Israel for Jews, and the founder for Cape independence. Tell me, where is he trying to get independence from? Who created South Africa? Was it not the same British government? So
Yes, exactly.
is this what kind of absurdity is this guy coming up with? So let me play you a video, like a 40-second video, and let me see if you can find it, and then we will dissect it a little bit more. It is quite sickening, and we need to really confront this kind of things in our midst. And this is what they've been using to keep us, they thought we were going to be quiet.
Ideological homeland.
So here we go.
People who think like us, people who have broadly Western values, who want to live in the first world, and want to and I've often used the example: the Western Cape becomes almost like Israel for the Jews, if I can use that example.
Are you listening?
You go and live in Israel to benefit. If you're Jewish, to benefit from the Israeli state, you've got somebody who's your people, your ideological people, and they're going to have your best interests at heart. And I think it's the one place where in South Africa, current South Africa, we can create hard power. We can have a police force, we can have a military, we can have.
Are you listening?
To be in a situation to influence in a really significant way at a national level the circumstances in South Africa.
Can you see that? So this guy is talking about taking over, and they're going to do exactly this. Let me read something to you to add. I want to add a little bit something more to this. The Balfour Treaty of 1917 is what that guy effectively has just outlined. But people are not connecting that. The Balfour Treaty. Let me show you the Balfour Treaty.
Declaration.
Yeah, declaration. So yes, let me the Balfour Declaration. Yes, exactly. Let me bring that up quickly. Save as. So then, and I'll show you. They can read that. I'll put it next to it. It is quite sickening. And this guy is actually from UK. He's from the UK.
You know what UK is? The City of London is storing everyone's wealth in the world.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Yeah.
All the gold that you could imagine. Venezuela's gold. Like, look how far they are, and look how far they're from London, but they got their gold over there.
Exactly.
What they did to all the Africans, they said, listen, we'll get you rich, you hold it down for us, you coach everyone.
Exactly.
We'll put your money away with us.
No.
So guess what? You ain't got to worry about the guy who you over. He's got your money.
No, it's not right. It's not right. So let me read to you why he's saying what he's saying. He's saying here, this is the Balfour Declaration. And it says here, and this is the premise on which he's now saying that they can actually go and take over Western Cape. It says there, this is written in November 2nd, 1917. Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the Cabinet. His Majesty's government view with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for Jewish people, and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this object, it being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country. Can you see the way they use the words? That is what this guy is trying to bring into South Africa. So South Africans as a whole, this is not only about South Africa alone, this is about the entire Africa. We cannot allow this to fly, because we are sovereign on our land, we have authority, and we have power. Every single African, I need you to understand, all 1.4 billion of us, we are sovereign, we have authority, we have power. That land belongs to us. Just
we
like
ain't got worried about anyone using nuclear power on us, because guess what?
Yes.
You're gonna destroy the storage, the food.
Exactly.
No, you wouldn't.
Exactly.
So based on that, they're literally saying,
exactly.
if you don't fight back,
Exactly.
then don't expect us to look after you, because you're not fighting for it.
Exactly.
It's simple as that. We're not supposed to be kind.
No.
It doesn't make sense. Look at the minority of the world today.
Exactly.
Has claimed their land over 2,000 years ago. Are you crazy? And we're still waiting. Who are we waiting for? For someone to tell us that we can do things. Remember now, the ICC is only convicted black people. They don't convict no white people. Decide that's for them. I'm going to say from now on. You go to Netherlands and you put yourself in court. But from now on, we got African court, we got African everything. In fact, we might just be nice enough to acknowledge your existence, because we fuck around and start acting like everything you done back then is counted. We are counting everything. And what's so crazy about you lot gave us all the information of what you've done. That's what makes me think the ignorance of these people is outrageous. But I also think there's, what's the word? Us being too innocent. Based on our wealth. You know, we have thousands of years of goodness within us.
Exactly.
So based on the struggle, we've not even noticed until we start looking around and say, you know what, everyone's got no job.
Exactly.
You got South Africans claiming there's white South Africans that got 85% of the land. That's a madness. We can't have that.
Madness.
They knew that this internet thing was going to backfire on them. If
That's
you
why
look
I
and
wanna
see,
put that
if you
sticker.
look and see, right, what they're showing is, yeah, and it's blatant. When you go through their history, yeah, what they're showing is, we can still do what we're doing, and we're going to do it anyway, and we don't care. They're unaliving their own in Europe, and look what they're doing in this so-called Middle East.
Yes. And
They
you know what?
don't
This all
care.
started.
They knew it was going to blow up, and they want it to. The Babylon prick was a test, yeah, to see how submissive people would be when they've been told to lock down. All these coincidental things that have been happening over the past recent years, it's all a big build-up for the 2024. What's going off in the land of the eagle in 2024? Look what they're doing as to regards as pushing for war in for the war
UK,
to
the
increase
Union.
in Europe, because they
Ukraine.
know if there's a declaration of war, no elections don't get kept. So that means they keep, all right, as much as I've got issues with the brother, yeah, as much as I've got issues with the brother, yeah. He showed a couple of things. He surprised me with a couple of things, and one of the things that he surprised me with was his visit to North Korea. That was a very, very surprising visit for me. That was from a US leader. I'm not commending him. Don't get it twisted.
No.
But I do believe that if let's say I have a strong feeling that if he was in power, there wouldn't be so much turmoil in Europe.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So, you know, right about now, Europe's pushing for a certain agenda to be running, and it's not going to favour at the moment, because there's no key to turn, because that's the ultimate aim. The ultimate aim is to have, bodies, a body, or a reputable body that is going to be able to have the option to have a key to turn, because they ain't even thinking about disarming. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're thinking about disarming who?
They are
Disarming
not
themselves.
thinking about disarming, and at the same time, they're also scared to pop it off. Even those over towards the eastern side, they're scared to pop it off as well. India's had one for years. China's had one for years. Russia's had one for years. Pakistan have had one for years. They're all within that same region. None of them have popped none off in the past 40 odd years.
No.
So they're kind of scared to be popping stuff off, but they use it as a what? As a deterrent. You know what I mean? But yet still they don't want to disarm. And in this day in 2024, with the modern technology that we've got at our hands, you mean to tell me that they don't know what they're doing? They know exactly what they're doing. Yeah, but they don't. They're showing now that they don't care. That is what they're showing.
No, what we need to get to is all comes from biblical understanding. These people are trying to get back to the golden age. I'm sorry, everyone's had their chance. Christians had an amazing time. Remember, it was them having an amazing time first, then Christians, then Muslims for a very long time. Then they've been rebuilding since, so they can have their golden age. And I won't lie to you, lot. A lot of people are going to comply and go with their flow based on the fact that they control everything. If I get a payment tomorrow, or whoever gets a payment, I don't care if you're from North Korea, I don't care if you. That's why Russia said, I'm putting a warrant out for their arrest. When you put a warrant out for them people's arrest, that's not a normal thing to do.
No.
Because these are the people which actually own these countries. The European politicians are just here as mouthpieces. Because I don't want to talk. You don't work for me. So make sure you get the message out there. This is what we're doing. Remember, that declaration is a declaration to the UK of itself. The Queen Elizabeth. I found out that even yesterday, William, he's even the son of this man, I heard. If that's true, that's even crazier. Because
Son of rich man.
Son of what's it called? Jacob Rothschild, the one that has his letter today. That's
Yeah, I can believe that because they paid the British bill after the Napoleon War, didn't they?
Exactly, and you know what they did that war? Imagine this. This one I knew these guys are different. They betted on both of them, and so whoever comes in, they're gonna owe us.
Yeah.
We bet on both. To be honest, these guys have got hats off to them. I've got to give it to them.
And they've been betting on both ever since that Napoleon War. They've been betting on both
sides ever since.
You know, it doesn't matter. They
doesn't
bet
matter.
on both sides
Indeed,
anyway
indeed.
because they still make.
Indeed.
And the angelic Christians are supporting them because they believe in the Jesus return. So guess what? We're gonna push you up to get to where you don't want to get to. So if your fake Messiah comes, when he comes, guess what? Our real one comes. You get it? This is all an agenda where people just want to push the button. They don't really want to push the button, but they just want to push the button and bring this so-called reality of who's telling the truth of what life is, the purpose of life. No one cares about the money, because if they cared about money, they wouldn't be paying their own enemies the money. Who pays their enemy money to go do things? That's unbelievable. That's when you know they're playing a different game. And that's how you attack their money.
Yeah, we our focus remains what we're trying to do. We mustn't let them play their game. We are going to stick to what we need to do, which is to free our people and free ourselves and our continent. We've had enough suffering. We must support the people who you see behind me, Assimi Goïta, General Chiani, and of course Ibrahim Traore. They are working for the freedom of the entire African continent. The puppet leaders who are there right now, we can no longer trust any of them because they're just mouthpieces of the colonials. I'm sorry to say this. There's no other way to put it. And we need to make sure we bring that awareness out. We make our people, we have to support the Alliance of Sahel States. I had some very good news today. Edwin, I'll speak to you in a minute. I'll mute you for a second so I can, because of the echoing. I'll bring you Edwin. I had some news today. Somebody sent me a video in Mali, and there were some foreign countries that were in Mali, and let us say they were lit up. They were lit up when the forces that were with Mali took the action they need to take. Those invading bodies were lit up. So we need to support them. We must support the Alliance of Sahel States. We must continue to encourage our people to be with them. And we need to advocate for the expansion of Alliance of Sahel States across Africa, because we know that African Union is not working for Africans. ECOWAS is not working for Africans. So we need an Alliance of Sahel States that's working for Africans. And then with the information that Alkas said about the brother, the family, and the son of Gaddafi working with Traore, that's great news. And Traore said it's alliance or unalive. It's AES or unalive. That is very stark, clear terms. Thank you very much for that. Let me go to Edwin Metoya. You want to say something? Let's hear from you. Go ahead. Edwin, unmute yourself. Let's hear from you. I'm unmuting you, Edwin. Can you hear me? Edwin, are you there? Okay, yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. I hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, good. Real quick, because I only turned you on by accident for 5 minutes. Where are you from? What country are you from?
I'm from Nigeria, but I'm in business in the UK.
Okay, cool. Okay, great. I'm American. I'm a Black American. And I listen to a lot of these shows. I've been watching this from the very beginning, from the moment they made the speech to me to the French ambassador when he didn't want to leave the country and they had to give him 30 days. I've been part of this thing from since it begun. But most Black Americans don't have a clue what's going on. They don't have a clue. And they've been conditioned, and you don't be mad at us because, number one, the movie stars and the famous people, they're all part of these demonic organizations that won't allow them to act any kind of way of their own best interest. And the regular Black American, we just been programmed a certain way, and we just think the way we do, and we just keep on putting our hands out and asking them to treat us fairly, and they don't treat us fairly. Every month I hear about some police hanging somebody, and so we're still asking for help and want justice from the same people. I believe America is rich because they steal from Africans and other countries, Africans, and that's why this country is so rich. I really do. But I can't tell my people that because they've been conditioned. But what needs to be done is that they control the media. The media is controlled by the by the companies that's raping Africa, the oil companies. So they're not going to really promote anything like that on the media, the TV. All our black leaders, if they're on the media all the time, it's because they're allowing them to be on the media because they're misdirecting our anger towards something other than what we need to be focused on. The focus is not they're raping our countries. There's like, okay, you're going to give me an education and you're going to give me a good job, but meanwhile, you can rape where you say I come from, take the uranium, take the gold, and say, hey, I got a job. And I drive a BMW, and I got nice clothes, and the girls like me. So my question is to you, I'm going to leave it alone, is that, how can somebody like me, and there are a few of us that do know, you just don't hear about it. There's a few black Americans that are, I'm a truck driver, and I support talking, but there's a few. Mm-hmm. So how can we create a situation where the news is being broadcast out here from that point of view, from the African point of view, not that y'all a bunch of people who overthrow democratic governments, because that's what's being told. And the reason why that's so dangerous is because the United States has the biggest military in the world, and they're literally going to convince black people to come invade Africa thinking they're helping you. So how do we stop that and make it interesting enough to we say, okay, eventually we might want to run somewhere. We might want to have a big brother country that's powerful. So how do we go about that? I don't have no money or extra resources, so that's my question, basically.
One second, Alcas.
Re-identify yourself as an African instead of black. That's key. That's number one. Because when you claim to be black, it's like you're just saying, I'm just black American, But you're African. They know. That's why they call you African American. They know exactly what you are. That's why they brought you over there. So guess what? From there, you build yourself a political movement, because you've already got many people that have tried to do it, tried to wake the black people up over there. You didn't want to. And I would suggest go through Huey Newton. There's a man called Huey Newton. He tried to make a political movement for the black people. So instead of you lot voting between Democrats and Republicans, you lot would have had a third option, meaning yourselves. And that third option would have been how you would have truly got America, or really seen what America really wants out of you lot. Because you lot are nothing but, cattle. When you got cattle, all you do is use it and benefit from it and get rid of it, no? That's exactly what they do with the black man in America.
Yeah. I will add more to that as well. Edwin, thank you very much for that very, very in-depth question. One thing I will add, there were some, Africans have been all over the world, and that is a fact. So they've taken some of us back. They've done all of that. So we can't ignore that part. But what you can do, Edwin, is to start sharing platforms like ours. Join, share to people, start having discussions, bring people on. I have a few fellow African Americans who are following. I've got a great friend, Linda. She's a great friend. She's off today. She's not really. She's part of the mediator. I've got Verna May. She's a powerful voice. And I've got others as well, Danny. So a lot of people are actually waking up on the African in America. So we need your voices to pass the message on. When we do programs like this, where we are enlightening and educating fellow Africans, please share it. Likewise in the Caribbean as well. We need more awareness, because we are being ill-treated. I watched today in what's this place called now? Oh, I've forgotten the name now. Suriname. In Suriname, I watched a Chinese man drag an African on the floor and put, I'll show you the video. Look, we are facing the same treatment all over the world, all over the globe. Yeah. And it is time that we work together. It's not about blaming each other. It's not about whatever the fault. The fault that we developed in our society has been because of the programming. So we need to focus on actually uniting. When we unite, we become stronger. Then we can overcome the fault, because that's what they put in. Those faults they're like booby traps, so that when you get over it, it resets you back to where they want you to be. We need to overcome all of these things by working together, come what may.
Yes,
And
and be
that-
we willing to
Yeah,
do by any means necessary.
That's
because understand, you know, when we go by the laws in which they made, we're going by the laws in which keeps us in line. So we never, you know, we shouldn't be worried about even prison.
Mm-hmm.
You think they've got enough prisons in the world for black people? I kid you not, they don't. In fact, black people should be trying to release themselves every day. If I was in America, because they give you the rights to arms, all of this, I'm telling you now, I would have had my own little neighborhood by now, by
Yeah.
any means, or we're gonna have to go die. Because I
But-
need them to get that mentality out.
Yeah.
Once you get the mentality out, you can influence the rest. And
Yeah.
America, one thing they do have is influence.
yeah, exactly. So Edwin,
Can I add something else as well, please, sir?
please go ahead.
Yeah.
Master Wade.
Another thing that I'm going to suggest is, Edwin, is when speaking to, you know, if you're going to speak to your fellow brothers and sisters over them sides there, try and kill any narratives that the West tend to put on the, you know, put and to stigmatize Africans, like, for instance, you know, the corrupt leaders and all this sort of stuff. We know that there's corrupt leaders, but the thing is, it's to dip into the root cause as to why these leaders are like this. These things can deter people from you know, from wanting to know more about themselves, because it's, you know, they have that stereotype thing as by where, oh well, all African leaders are corrupt. No, there's a reason why it is, and it, you know, these kind of stereotype things. Research into them. Go into the reasons why colonization happened. You know, do all these things, because it just takes away that stereotype of you know, that the boogeyman has been placing against the skin color for all these years. Do you know what I mean, Edwin?
Yes, and that's what I
I'm ready, yeah.
What's that going?
See, all the world, yeah, the Christians and the Muslims, back in the day, the kings, yes, and there were Jewish people. The kings would never want to handle compound interest, meaning every compound interest business they used to give it to the ones that were here before them. You know, the ones that deal with that. Basically, I don't want to say their name because it gets locked off. But basically, them lot control all the compound interest. It means everyone's doing their bidding. Every bidding's towards the Holy Land. Everything. I don't care if you've got Pepsi in front of you. I don't care what brand is in front of you. Even you see the musicians, everything's towards that. So when you got Drake, everything in America's so powerful. If they wake up for a second, all of this is over. It's over in one night. And this is when it comes down to you lot understanding that. Don't worry about where the food's coming from and how we're gonna survive. Everything comes from you lot already. Imagine everyone's making you buy your own stuff. The cars you're buying, the phone that you're buying, it was stolen from another guy that looks like you. The diamonds, the VVS's, everything was stolen from you. I can't even buy anything no more. Because every time I look at it, I think, oh my God, where did it come from? Who brought it? How did they bring it? I'm literally looking at everything like they owe me something. And if everyone starts moving like that, then you're not going to be the most dangerous people out there. Move like Rallo.
Okay.
Start moving like what they class as radical whatever, because it's radical what they're doing. What they're doing is radical. You would have to think you're crazy if you're from a continent and you think Africa's a country. Africa's a whole continent that's bigger than China, India, all of these places you could fit into Africa. The map has been, resized in order to make Africa look smaller.
Precisely.
Distorted.
Distorted.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Outcast. Edwin, I hope
Yes.
is that making sense what we've said so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want y'all to know, you know, brothers from the other side of the planet, that some of us here do care. Some of us do love you. You won't hear about us too much. Some Africans feel like all Americans don't care. That's not true. I'm
Good.
passionate about it, but
Good.
it's about getting the information out there, and I'm working on it.
Good.
If y'all, you know, I'm gonna keep it up. The truth has to come out.
Yeah. Yes.
So I
Thank
just want to
you.
let y'all know that.
Oh, thank
You
you,
know, you're
Edwin.
not, whatever you think of as the rich black folks, they sold out. The movie industry, they sold out. You know that, but that
Yes.
doesn't represent all of us. Don't
Yes.
look at that as me like that.
No.
You know, y'all pass laws, no Americans don't. I want to go to Libya, bad. You know,
Yeah.
I want to go to the Sahel region and say I'm American. Y'all don't hate my guts because
No.
you know, the white people want to invade y'all and they want to take your stuff. I know that.
It is your
I
stuff
like
as
to go
you
there,
know.
interview people live maybe and say, listen, you know, I'm here live. I'm
Yes.
telling you what's really going on.
Yeah.
They don't want Americans here. Guess why? Because
Yeah.
they're stealing their shit. Sorry
Yeah.
if I curse.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Listen, your brother, and what they're taking is your stuff as well. Like Oscar said, it's your stuff because they've stole from all of us and they kept us divided. Now, what we need to do is to unite and put a stop to the looting. And they keep coming and claiming our land. They keep taking everything from us. And now we're gonna say no. In Congo, 90 million unalived in Congo. And we cannot accept that. 90 million. That's and it's not in the news. It's not in the news at all.
Well,
And we need
like I had a trucking business and I just went under. So for a minute, I'm like homeless. But I'll get back on my feet. But we gotta start some kind of communication.
Yes.
That doesn't rely on their system.
Exactly. Listen, I've got your. I've got you. I'm following you. I've added you. Please, Edwin, you gotta stay in touch and please stay on here if you can. If you got time, if you're able to be,
Yeah,
you know, good, brilliant. We'll carry on and I'll bring you back up again. It's a pleasure having you with us here. I'm
Thank
really
you.
glad.
It's a pleasure. Finally,
Really.
Sometimes I talk to a few people from Africa. As soon as they hear I'm American, they're like, dude, hang out.
Nah. It's not like that at all. We have to listen. We need to understand what has been done. We've been put in different slave camps. I want you to know that Africa was made into one big slave camp by the colonials in 1884. When the Berlin Conference came, they took over the whole place. They forced the kings to sign treaties that made them. They turned our kings into vassal kings, slave kings on the continent that wouldn't be able to do anything without their say so. So we weren't free either. So when they tell you that we sold ourselves and everything else, we were selling people out, they forced the people into that situation. You know what you guys call crabs in a barrel? That's what they did. That's exactly what they did on the African continent. So that narrative has to go into something that we all have to understand. So right now we need to unite and look, we are going through a massive, what I call, do you know a lady called Joy DeGroy? She wrote this book. The book is called Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. We are going through the same. Oh, I'll show you. Let me show you on the screen. 1 second.
No, I believe you. I read my own book.
Okay.
Me.
So that book,
story.
Yeah. So that book is relevant to us on the continent as well, not just Americans alone. This book here, can you see that?
Yes.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can.
You see it?
Let me freeze it. Hold on, I'm taking a picture.
Yeah.
Freeze. There we go.
That's it. So anybody, this is what we are all suffering. I'm gonna try and get in touch with her because I need that book to be written to translate to reflect the same thing that we suffered on the African continent, because you suffered exactly the same thing, but from an American point of view. On the African continent, we suffered exactly the same thing, and this time we need to begin to work together. And I'm actually going to get into it. If anybody knows the direct number to Joy DeGroy, Dr. Joy DeGroy, Professor, I'd love to bring her on the platform, because see, we need to heal as a community, worldwide community, and we need to do that work, all of us. So please, carry on. I'll come back to you again, Edwin. It's a real pleasure having you join us. I'm really glad. I'll come back and we'll talk some more. Thank you. So whilst we're doing that, and this is a very important, and I want to greet all my grandmama. Please, everybody watching, gift the platform as well. Please gift those who are watching, who are coming and spending time with us here. We really would appreciate if you can tap and share and gift the panel. Gift the panel, gift the host, myself, gift us, help us, because we are giving you really important information that is life-changing for you as an African. Please don't, people are spending a lot of time here. Donate, and gift. And please don't forget, we need you to help us in going to donate to this particular cause that we have. Let me show you again, not that one. Where is it? So the GoFundMe thing is very important for our women who are stuck in Arab world, enslaved. So if you can donate to them, go to the GoFundMe, Rescue Africans from Enslavement in Arab Countries. For example, just in Iraq alone, there are 30 women in jail, illegally enslaved and illegally arrested, they need $1,000 each before they can be freed and go back to Africa. And they will help raise awareness. So if you can donate to that, great. You can either donate onto the GoFundMe, as you see it, or you can go and donate via the PayPal. PayPal is right above me here. You can donate there and write those words, Rafik. Then we know that those funds relate to the helping of the ladies. We need 30,000. You know, Gwen, let's hear from you. What would you like to say? Go ahead. Gwen, chip in. Go ahead.
Okay. It's how can we make a decision without the youth intervening? Every time we try to speak about our rights, a lot of African, oh, this is politics. Oh, I don't want to put my hand into politics. No, we don't speak politics. You don't speak politics, but your country is not better.
You're right.
And as far as I'm concerned, Africa, we are going up enough. It means that we are the richest continent in the world. We don't need ECOWAS money. We don't need UN or UNICEF records and all these people. We need them out of our country. And in Iraq, in the Moroccan, every country that is mistreating Africans, we will do the same too. If we find a Moroccan or I don't know, a Pakistan or Indian in Africa, they should be there with too now. Not tomorrow, not after tomorrow, because our sisters, our brothers and sisters' lives is in danger. It's not about the money, it's about taking the parts of their body to sell to, for money. It's all about business, the organs. So all we are asking to our leaders, please, this is time for you to show that we all love each other. Enough is enough.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gwen. Gwen, thank you so much. Gwen, well said. You see, these are the kind of things that we want to be talking about on the platform.
You've gone quiet, man. You've gone quiet.
Sorry. Thank you. Sorry. I thank you very much, Vibe Master. Thank you for noticing that. These are the kind of things we want to talk about. Thank you very much, Gwen, Mama Africa. She's right. We shouldn't allow. There should be no reason. This is why I keep putting this up. This is so wrong. The woman you see there, she's from Kenya. There are others from other countries, from Nigeria, from Sierra Leone, from Gambia, from illegally. They are enslaved and they are not allowed to leave. They have to pay $1,000. This is something that the African Union could deal with immediately. Something that ECOWAS could deal with. But they won't, because they are being controlled by the colonials. So we need to break free. We have to break free collectively from this system. The first thing we need to know as Africans is that, one, you are sovereign. That means that you have sovereignty over the land. Every African is a sovereign. When we stand together, we can exercise that sovereignty over the particular part of Africa that we are on. Secondly, you have authority over that land. No person, this Craig, Phil Craig guy, he is from the UK. I'm going to show you a record about him, He should not be saying anything to us. He comes from the UK, then he should, he nationalized to become a South African. Every South African, take note, we need to make sure that you begin to exercise your powers. Finally, you have power over your land. For so long, we've been believing that we don't have anything. We have everything. The resources under our feet, we have control over it. And it is time we begin to exercise those powers. So I really wanted to state that. Let us hear from Emmanuel Nwako. Welcome on board, my brother. What would you like to say? It's a pleasure to have you. Welcome on board. Please, everybody as you're watching, we welcome gifts and support. Tap and share and help us grow the platform. Please tap and gift the platform. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, I just see you when you are in live, so I say let me come up immediately. I need this small explanation what our topic is.
Okay. Yeah, our topic is really about raising awareness. The main topic that we have is firstly about the EU ECO. The ECO currency.
No problem.
But we don't want that. So go ahead.
That's why I always advocate for all these things. First of all, I have to tell you that ECOWAS is not for Africa. ECOWAS does not stand for Africa. It's not for Africa, neither by even to support for Africa.
Exactly.
ECOWAS is for West
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
supported by West, funded by
By
the
the
West.
West.
So whatever that, all the pains and all the trauma, all the things that Africa passing through are from ECOWAS. Because this is Western people are supporting them to be doing what they are doing without them to realize what they are doing to their people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand? Now, we now see a man who came to liberate their country. And here we are seeing ECOWAS try to fight these people because they told you enough is enough. They cannot be in your part. They cannot be part of you and seeing their people suffering, feeling pains, their own resources being taken by white people. They told you enough is enough. And you are there fighting them that they have to belong to ECOWAS. I don't know. I'm just surprised
Exactly.
by these people.
Yeah.
Look
Exactly.
at what they are now. France, and I hear that France is now having territory in Côte d'Ivoire, Togo, I think, and then America in the other side will try to have this thing to even fighting Tory and other rest of them. Do you
Precisely.
now see how Africa being problem for Africa?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
This is what we are passing through.
Mm.
And for me, my suggestion is to scrap ECOWAS,
Yeah.
remove them on African stuff. They are not for us.
No.
They are against us. Do you understand?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, you're right. We need to scrap them. And this is what, in fact, let me,
Now,
yeah, go
I
ahead.
saw the new money, they're bringing out, we have to be eating one money. No, this direction comes from the Westerners. It's a way to suppress Africa entirely.
Yes. Yes.
Are you now surprised? Are you now begin to wonder if China told African president to come and collect money before you know it, next day you will see them there collect money. The same thing with Europeans. They only been there to collect money upon money, putting their people in mess in a slave they cannot come out again.
That's correct. That's
I think
correct.
he said enough is enough.
It is. Enough is, it really is. It really is. It
We
really is.
Africa have to rise up to stay on the back of Tory
Indeed.
to
Indeed.
begin to fight these people
Indeed. We have to.
because we have the bad people in government, and we are calling them president of African prison. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this.
You're right. You're
We
absolutely
all
right.
have to gather together and to make sure that we stop all these people.
Yes, you know what I was gonna say?
Yes.
You see these three leaders behind us?
Yes.
What faith? I know Ibrahim's Muslim. Are they all Muslim?
I think so. I think so.
Exactly. So what I wanted to just put into the air, yeah, is the fact that us before all of this happened, the unity which brought Africans together was a common faith and respect of other faith. You get it? It was like there was no difference. There's no you telling me, you've got alliances with the West because they brought you Christianity.
Echo is coming out.
Go ahead.
The echo is coming out somewhere.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Carry on. Yes, go on.
Okay, basically how they claim to have alliances with the West. How could the West bring you information from which didn't get to them? I'm from the East. Abyssinia is where the information was. It was there before them because the Red Sea is aligned with us. Even Sudan can claim Christianity before them. Everyone. So why would you go to a person that's not in the same continent as you and think he came here to bring you something of benefit? This was complete nonsense. That needs to be binned completely because all it's done is make Africans submissive. Because what happened before they got to us? Who do they claim on Google? If you Google it now, who's the richest man? This is a Mali. But we need to look at what he did every day, what he subscribed to, what allowed this person to prosper in the manner in which he did it. Because the only thing that we have in common with right now is we're all African. But if you're not also subscribed to the spiritual side of him, then it's not the same. You're always not going to get the same result. And the only thing I've seen Africa has lost since then is the faith. Because when they got to America, to Brazil, all of this was to get the faith beaten out of them. I kid you not. They made sure there's no religion. Because if you speak to an American right now, he says, I don't know what religion is, mate. But I can guarantee there's information where it clearly shows in the 13th century, the 14th century, that the Africans which lived in the West Africa was ruling West Africa and Spain. And they was of a Muslim dynasty. And then Columbus found them. And then got, you know what I mean? All that bullshit happened. Because there was a war between all of this Crusaders and Muslims for 200 years.
I'm Outcast.
We've been living in nationalism.
Outcast, 1 second. And let me just say, let us not go down the route of looking at the religion too deeply at this point. Because I noticed this is one of the things that Traore does. And I really respect him for that. He says, first and foremost, Africa must be free. My people must be free. So we need to follow the guidance. I've not seen him talk about Allahu Akbar. He just says general statement about it. He talks about focus on Africa. If we do that, then we are going to leave the door open for things. So I'm very, very sensitive on that area because.
But we need to look at the common of all those that called rebellions or rebels.
Yeah.
Is the ones in which we're not aligned with the same faith.
Yeah, but what?
How easy it is to talk to someone that believes in what you believe in.
Yeah, but the thing is this: I have to again. I'm going to say that again. In Nigeria,
like
for example,
arrogant. Let me give you another fact.
Hold on. Outcast, 1 second, please. In Nigeria, for example, we have those two faiths in the north and in the south, and it's causing major problems. And it is designed.
Yes.
We understand now that it's designed that way. When you're fighting each other, you cannot develop. So this just
the ones killing their brothers.
Let us just. I don't. Hang on. Outcast. Please, I don't want to talk about religion right now. Let us focus on what we're trying to do now. We need to support AES, and we want to reject the echo currency. Because you see, the thing is that I've gone to platforms where they're talking about religion and they forget we lose track of where we're going, which is to free Africa.
So about economics.
Exactly. So
so economics.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you attack it at the heart?
Now the
heart is
go ahead.
Cutting all interest.
Yes.
And also bring those which, let's say I'm supplying something. I cannot supply